Every day, millions of people ask the question, are ghosts real? I will be explaining these phenomenons and proving that spirits are real. By listening to my speech, you will find out the truth and learn about some ghost hauntings. I have done some research for the speech project and also some for my personal interest. I have also had some encounters with some spirits. Listening to my speech, you will get some background information, learn about some popular TV shows about ghosts, learn about the scariest haunted places in New Jersey, and get some interesting life experiences from ghosts. What is a ghost? A ghost is a type of haunting that can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any given time. A few other names for a ghost is a spirit, an aura, a vision, or a shadow. Why are they still here? They are still here because they can have some unfinished business, or they can be stuck between heaven and earth, or earth and hell. Some evidence that we can have some evidence that we know that they are here is direct encounters, which is you can get some cold flashes or some heat flashes depending if the spirit is good or evil. Some videotapes, we can see a flash or a smudge move from one side of the room to the other. A picture, we can see like a little smudge or a halo. And audio tapes, we can also hear if they say their name or help or get out of here. Now onto the TV shows. There are three main popular TV shows: Ghost Hunters, Paranormal State, and A Haunting. Ghost Hunters. The two people in Ghost Hunters are Jason and Grant. They are plumbers by night. They're plumbers by day, and ghost hunters by night. They help people try to find out what the unexpected is. They are also the founders of TAPS, the Atlantic Paranormal Society. A Haunting is the scariest, most traumatic TV show. It's based off of real stories. They're based off of real stories, murders and suicide. They have real people, but their names and ages may have been changed. They are asked what their energy is, so they may feel a lot of energy or presence of a ghost from when they first walked in, and they usually ask how the energy is when they first move in to a few months after, to the energy from when they move out of the house. And their biggest message is that how the dead can impact the living. And finally, the Paranormal State. The Paranormal State uses college students from Penn State explaining and using scientific equipment to explain the haunting and unexpected phenomenon. They conduct interviews with the owners of the house or residents. They come up with interviews before, during, and after they have their investigation. And with these college students, they use actual footage of their show, of their encounters with the ghosts to put in their show. And finally, the scariest places in New Jersey. The first place that's the most haunted is located in Port Monmouth. It was constructed in 1663 by a man named Thomas Whitlock. This place was used for many things, such as a pirate's hideout, a Marines' place to get together after the Revolutionary War, a museum, a residence hall, and a few other things. But for the haunted part, there's a boy named Peter who likes to play on the grounds, and he apparently likes to play with the electricity. There is a woman named Abigail who sits on the who sits on the second floor who looks outside the window waiting for her lost lover. And apparently everyone else, there's a few other ghosts who like to walk around the corridor. Another scary place is Harry's Road House. It's in Asbury Park, New Jersey. A young girl named Marie Smith was murdered there when she was young, and now it is known to hear a woman whispering or crying. Those who have stayed at the house have suffered from suffering and agony and dread, and they have seen full-on visions of ghosts running around the house. And finally, my personal favorite is the Devil's Tree. Apparently, during the middle of winter, when it snows, there's a circle around the tree that has there's no snow around that area. This tree was known to be the Ku Klux Klan of New Jersey. So around this area of the tree, there is no snow, no matter how cold it is in the winter. Also, there is a small area of there's a small branch that hangs low, and that was known for that branch was known as the lynching branch, and everyone who tries to cut it down dies of an untimely death. Last but not least is the life experiences. When I was younger, I lived in a house with my parents, and we had a basement and an attic, and my father never went in that basement and attic, and I didn't know until a couple of days ago when I started this research. It was because there was an old man who died in that house, and every time he tried to go down, the man would always turn off the light and shut the door. And my dad would always have nightmares of this old man who would always scare him. And after we moved out of the house, my dad's nightmares stopped. So when he told me this, I found it very interesting. Now, my personal encounters with ghosts. I feel that I have a certain connection with ghosts. After my great-grandma had passed away, we were cleaning out the house. I was only about 5 or 6, and she used to crochet a lot, and I never knew how to. But when everyone was cleaning out her house, she left a crochet on her couch, and I was sitting there picking it up, and when she finished, I was sitting there and I was crocheting for her, and they said, "What are you doing? Stop picking it up." And I told her that great-grandma was helping me crochet, and lo and behold, I was actually crocheting. Another example is when, after my Uncle Frank died, I was sitting in the playroom, and I was all alone, and my mom came up to me and said, "Who are you talking to?" And I said, "I'm playing with Uncle Frank." And another story is when I was a sophomore in high school, my friend didn't believe me I could see and talk to ghosts. So he took me to a graveyard I'd never been to before, and he blindfolded me. And he took me to the headstones, and he would tell me their name and how old they were or when they died. And I proved him that I could do it up to a few different headstones. So in conclusion, I went over background of a ghost. I went over some popular TV shows, the most scariest and haunted places in New Jersey, and I went through some life experiences. Now that you know about ghosts, the next time you get a cold chill, think twice about what it can or whom it may be.